Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with the beautiful Karina, my beautiful wife from beautiful Venezuela. And here we are giving you the keys to your K1 visa via free information. Right here. Right here. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for USCIS. I don't work for the State Department. I don't give you any legal advice, but I got 9 years worth of experience processing K1 visas, green cards, spousal visas, tourist visas. I can write the book on how to process a K1 visa or a green card application. So come on along to your live stream. This is your channel. We put it together for you to ask me all of your questions so you get answers for free, and I can save you thousands and thousands of dollars in immigration fees, which is good, right? It's much better. Instead of spending $4,000 on an immigration attorney, use that money for your wedding, for your honeymoon, for some other purpose other than putting it in the pockets of somebody that hopefully doesn't mess up your paperwork. I'm not saying immigration attorneys are bad. They do a good job for the most part, but you honestly don't need an immigration attorney to do this. Antonio is in the house, subscriber mode only. That's right, Antonio. I had to do that. I mean, honestly, I was getting so many questions, it was impossible for me to answer all the questions. So I don't ever ask anybody to subscribe to the channel, Antonio. You don't have to be a subscriber to the channel. You don't have to. Nobody has to be. But in order for me to manage this process where I can answer your questions without getting overwhelmed, I ask people just to, I just open it up to subscribers. But I never ask you to subscribe. You don't have to be a subscriber. You don't have to like anything about the channel because it's your channel. It belongs to you. And no. What's the next step after NOA2? The next step is you wait for your NVC welcome letter. And when you get it, you print it. And then send a copy to your beneficiary in his or her home country. Antonio, I have no problem with that. Well, it's no problem, Antonio, for me. I want to be able to have a great live stream and answer all your questions. And this is the way I'm going to do it, not because of me, but because of you guys. And how hard is it to subscribe to something? It's not hard. Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina, all the way from 70 degrees upstate New York. Fantastic. It's 70 degrees. So you know what that means? And if you're in upstate New York and it's 70 degrees, you know what that means? That the government, the socialists and the Marxists that run New York are going to start taxing you more because it's hot. Because they're going to start blaming whatever they're going to blame it on. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Francois. I'm kidding. Nanu. Now, I hope I said that correctly. I mean, I'm not trying to impersonate Mork from Mork and Mindy. But that's a really cool name, Nanu. The copy should be original or scanned. The NVC welcome letter can be a scanned copy. Bud Garcia, hello, Diego. What's going on, Bud? Now, Bud Garcia is in Washington State, and his beneficiary is in beautiful Thailand. Right? Let's see here. Antonio, my fiance is going to pay for the visa fee this morning in the Philippines. How soon after can we make the visa appointment? We already made her medical appointment. It should be right. Okay, so you have to pay in the Philippines. So she's going to pay at the bank. Make sure she gets the MRF receipt from the bank. And then it usually takes between 24 to 48 hours for the U.S. government to accept payment when you pay in person. So give it a day or two, okay? How about that for some free advice for Antonio? I tell you, this is the place to be if you want to get your K1 visa for free. Well, other than paying immigration for the visa fees, right? Camille 1, hello, Diego and Karina. Camille 1, what's going on? How are you? You're all wrapping your process up, right? And Bud Garcia and Karina from Washington State. Welcome, Bud from Washington State. Now, how's the weather? Is it cold? Probably not cold, but I bet it's raining, right? I was in Washington. I've been to Washington State one time for, I think it was for a weekend when I was in the military. And I spent, I think it was a week, probably a week. And it rained every day. Antonio, I love it. Well, we're here for you, Antonio. You like my hat? This is my Venezuelan hat. Karina's bought this for me from Venezuela, in Caracas, I believe it was in Caracas. In Caracas. Oh, see, look at that. So this is in support of the beautiful people of Venezuela. All you got to do, to our friends in Venezuela, is when you have your election, get rid of that communist dictator Maduro. Okay, get rid of him so you can be a free country again. That's my opinion. And it will probably open up the U.S. Embassy again. And then the U.S. Embassy will open up in Caracas, which means if you live in Venezuela, you won't have to fly to Colombia to get your K-1 visa adjudicated because you got rid of the communists who are controlling you like this. Okay? We want to see your country free. Bud Garcia, I have a question on the I-134 on page 11 and 12 for the preparer signature. Do we put our name there? The sponsor signs the I-134, not the beneficiary. So take our name out of the equation and put your name into the equation. The I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support, is all about you, Mr. Bud, sponsoring your beautiful prometida from Thailand. Immigration want to see that you make enough money to support her. They don't care how much money she makes. They don't care what job she has, because she's going to quit her job and move to the United States of America. Right? Karina was the manager of all these ice cream stores. She had this massive responsibility she carried. And then when she left Colombia, she said, ciao, bye, adios. I don't work here anymore. Have a fine Navy day. And now she's in the United States of America. We filed for her green card on February 29th, which was what 4 days ago? We're just waiting on her green card adjudication. So Bud Garcia, you put your name on the I-134 and you sign the I-134. Your beneficiary does not sign the I-134. Has got nothing to do with the I-134. Ooh, am I going to sneeze? Wow, check that sneeze out, guys. It's pollen season here in northern Florida. Khmer 1, yeah, I did. I mailed the package the same day as you on the 29th of February. High five, Khmer 1. So we're going to wait now, waiting for Karina's green card. Antonio, so do you recommend applying for permission to work once she comes to the U.S. while waiting for the green card? I do recommend that, Antonio, because it can help you get your beneficiary, her social security number, upgraded from a 90-day social security number to infinite. Okay. But April 1st, 2024, you're going to have to pay for that work permit. Then I don't recommend it. Between now, which is March 4th, 2024, until April 1st, 2024, I recommend applying for the EAD document if you want to get your beneficiary her social security number. Because then when you get the EAD document, the work permit before the green card, you can then scoot back down to the Social Security Administration and say, here's my work permit. And then the Social Security Administration will update your beneficiary to your last name, Mr. Sponsor, and it will then take the 90-day limit off of her Social Security number or his number. So I recommend it. But if you want to pay to do that, if after April 1st, I don't recommend it. After April 1st, just wait for your green card. Why you want to pay twice, right? Let's see here. David B. Hi, Diego and Korean. My fiance's visa interviews April 18th in Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. I just want to say thank you again for everything, and I hope you enjoyed the USA, Karina. Karina loves America. We went to Alabama. I drove Karina to Alabama to eat breakfast at the Hardee's, but they didn't have a Hardee's there. I went to Bruton, Alabama, and they don't have a Hardee's, but they have a Hardee's in Flomaton, Alabama. So I got to repeat the thing because I promised you guys on the super chat I would take Karina to eat Hardee's in Alabama. So we drove to Bruton, and we looked and we're looking and there's no Hardee's. I'm like, what the heck's up? What's wrong with that? So we're going to drive. The next time I go to Alabama is probably going to be for the Biometrics, for Karina's Biometrics, which is in New Orleans. So what we'll do is we'll stop off in Alabama, or we'll leave early and eat a big Hardee's breakfast platter in Alabama, because I said I was going to do that. Bud Garcia in Thailand. Do you know if we can pay in person or do we have to pay at the bank? I don't know for Thailand, Bud Garcia, but when you get the packet 3, packet 4 email, they will tell you how to pay for the visa fee. They'll tell you. The embassy's going to tell you. You can pay in person at the embassy, pay at a local bank, or pay online with your credit card. So, you know, I can't answer that question. Chris Foley, salute. Chris, what's going on? Julie Gunida, hi Diego and Karina, enjoy watching your videos and live streams. Well, we're glad, Julie. I have a question regarding my social security number. We applied last Tuesday, but they didn't let me use my married name. Is that going to be an adjustment? Okay, don't worry about Julie. You cannot use your married name when you go and get your social security number for the first time, because they have to go off your passport, okay? When Karina went to the Social Security Administration with me, she turned in her Venezuelan passport, her I-94, and a copy of her K-1 visa. Immigration said, okay, you're good to go. We're going to process your social security number, give it 2 weeks, but we have to use your maiden name, okay, because it's on your passport, okay? So when you file for the green card, your husband or you, or however you're going to process this, you know, if you're the beneficiary, you take your husband's last name if you want to, you apply for the green card, you include in there a EAD document request, include the form that you want to get an employment authorization document, okay? When you get the employment authorization document in your hands or your green card, go back to the Social Security Administration with your green card or your EAD document and say, look, here's me. I took my husband's name. Here's my EAD document in my husband's name. Karina will get her EAD document. It will say Karina Ross. We will go back to Social Security. We'll give them the EAD document, and they will then change her name to my last name and update her Social Security number from 90 days to infinito. Okay? Julie, did that answer your question? When you adjust your status, you change your last name to your husband's last name. When you apply for the green card, you can also include an EAD document in there. And Julie says, is it going to be a problem for me to apply my adjustment of status? Not at all. It's not a problem at all. When you apply for your green card, you're going to go ahead and use your husband's last name when you apply for the green card. When you get the green card comes in on your name with your husband's last name. Go back to Social Security office and say, here's my green card. They will go on the computer and change it to your last name. Then you can ask them to mail you a new Social Security card. You got it, Julie? Put your feet up on the desk and relax. You've got this. And I've got the answers. Bud Garcia, on the bottom of page 11, it asks for the preparer's name. Do I, as the sponsor, put my name there? No. A preparer is somebody other than you. You are the preparer, so you don't put anything there. If you had a second person help you with the form I-134, that's the preparer. You got it? Don't put anything there. You got it. Antonio, I think you misunderstood Bud Garcia's question. I don't think you sign where it says preparer's signature. No, they don't. He signs as the sponsor. As the sponsor. I understand how to fill out an I-134, Antonio, and I have made a video on how to do it. If you Google Diego Ross I-134, it will take you to the video. You can watch the video, and then all of Bud's questions will be answered in the video. Francois Livingston, you should Google places before going on a road trip so you can find a Hardee's for Karina. Yeah, I did. I found Flomerton. So we're gonna go, but we're gonna eat Hardee's in Mobile, Alabama. Francois Livingston, I don't know what to ask until our NOA2 comes, so I'm here to chill with you all and listen. Well, hang out with us, Francois. Put your feet up on the desk and chill out with us, and we will be here for you when you get your NOA2 letter, and then I'll be ready for all your questions. You're good to go, Francois. Chris Foley, hi, Diego. My fiance and I are waiting to get our interview in Colombia. We check every day for openings, Should we wait for her to do her medical? She lives in Medellin. Also, should she do a biometrics? The medical exam, Chris Foley, is good for 6 months. If you want to fly your beautiful Prometida from Medellin to Bogota, Colombia, and do the medical exam and the biometrics, the medical exam is only good for 6 months. I recommend that you first schedule the visa appointment before you do anything. Go on, get your packet 3, packet 4 email, click on the links. It tells you what to do. Pay your visa fee, submit the DS-160, print the confirmation page, because your beneficiary is going to need the confirmation page of the DS-160 for the biometrics, okay? Your beneficiary is going to need the welcome letter from the NVC plus the list of travelers from the embassy to schedule the medical exam in Bogota. All right? Wait until you schedule the visa interview, and then you schedule the biometrics, and then you schedule the medical exam 2 weeks before the visa interview. Julie Gunita, thank you so much, Diego and Karina. Me and my husband is one of your fans. We're one of your fans. We're your fans too, Julie. Since the beginning until now. So you've been with us since the beginning of your visa process. You're always a big help for us. K1 visa application. More power to you, and God bless you both. Julie, you got this. So you made it to America. You followed the advice of the channel. Your channel, you watched the videos. You got your green card. You've got your K1 visa. You've applied for your green card. And you had a question about social security numbers, and I put you at ease. I put your mind at ease, right? Just relax. Chris Foley, which doctor in Bogota do you think is good? The one that the U.S. government tells you to use. The U.S. government, the U.S. embassy is going to send you an email telling you what doctors to use. And we use Dr. Dennis. Dennis on the 9th floor of the medical office in Bogota. It's 9 floors up. He's got a fantastic view. You go look at the view. It's beautiful. I was hanging out there. Come here, one. Look at that super chat. Boom. Come here, one. You are all right. You helped me overcome the gas I spent taking Karina all the way to Bruton, Alabama, looking for Hardee's, and they didn't have one. And I wasn't going to eat at McDonald's, and I wasn't going to eat. I'm going to eat at Hardee's. The McDonald's big breakfast is very expensive, and you get a small amount. It's like, what the heck? It's like, man, you got 2 mouthfuls. But the Hardee's big breakfast platters is a good price, and you get a ton of food. McDonald's have lost their minds. I mean, I took Karina we bought these 2 hamburgers. We bought the meal in McDonald's, these 2 hamburgers. Now, 3 years ago, I bought this same thing. It was like $9. Now it cost me almost $20, and the hamburgers are like this. It's like this, and the bag of fries was like this. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with McDonald's. Okay, they suck. The price is too high, and the food is good. I'm not bashing the food, but it's minuscule amounts. I'm done with them. That's my opinion. If you like McDonald's, okay, go to McDonald's. But I'm not going there. I'm not going there anymore. I'm done with them. The price is stupid. $10 for a hamburger. These people are out of their minds. Just my opinion. Let me see. Thank you, Camille One, for that super chat. Antonio, yes, I filled out my I-134 while watching your video. Good stuff. There you go, Antonio. So you got to tell Bud to watch the video, so he'll get unconfused. Natty Olisa, good news, Diego. We love good news. Good news. Okay, I got the ready status 4 days ago, Lagos, Nigeria. What do I do next? When will my fiance get packet 3, packet 4? How do I get my invoice number? You get your invoice number by sending an inquiry to the NVC. The NVC will then send you an email back saying, here's your invoice number, but don't contact us anymore because your K1 visa is in Nigeria. What do you do now? You're going to wait. You got the ready status. What you want to do now is you want to email the embassy in Nigeria and ask them if you can permission to pay the visa fee. See if you can pay the visa fee and fill out the DS-160. Print the confirmation page of the DS-160. Schedule the interview. See if you can do that. See if you can do that. Twan Benson, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Ross from Miami. Tuan, what's going on? How's everything in Miami? Your fiance got her visa and will be in San Francisco on March 14th. Hooray. Okay, Tuan, let me ask you this. Your beautiful prometida is going to enter the United States via San Francisco. So she must be in Asia. So she's probably I think she's in Vietnam, right? That's why she has to arrive in San Francisco. My recommendation is you fly to Vietnam and accompany her to the United States, because then she's going to have to fly from San Francisco to Miami, right? That's what she's going to have to do. Why don't you accompany her? Just my opinion. But great job. Antonio, the K1 FTP, that's the welcome letter. Yes, Antonio, the K1 FTP is the welcome letter, and you must print, I would say, 3 copies of it and send a copy to your beneficiary. Denise Jefferson is talking to Natty. When we got already status in Lagos, we did not wait for the 3-4 packet letter. No, Denise is right. Try to see if you're able to fill out the DS-160. Denise is correct. If it lets you, then you're golden. Then you're golden. My suggestion, Denise Jefferson is 100%, 150% right, correct on that. Priyanka Sunivas, hello Diego. My adjustment of status paperwork was delivered to the Phoenix lockbox. When can I expect a receipt or a confirmation of the G1145 from USCIS? It takes about 2 weeks. We sent it on Thursday and delivered to USCIS on Friday. It takes about 2 weeks for them to open up the package. Chris Foley, do you know how far they are behind on interviews in Bogota? I'm thinking we're looking at around March, so probably May is when you can schedule interviews for Bogota right now. Okay, in May, they're busy people. Bogota is one of the busiest embassies in the world right now for K1 visas, spousal visas, tourist visas. But the tourist visa approval rate in Bogota, Colombia is very low. They're denying them every day. No. Okay. Let me see here. Larry Piercy. Oh, wait a second. Antonio, where would the invoice number be? You can ask for it. Send an inquiry to the NBC. They'll send you an email telling you what the invoice number is. Or you can send an email to the embassy and ask them if they have the invoice number, and they will send it to you. You got to ask for it, but you may not need it. I didn't need the invoice number. When I scheduled Karina's visa interview in Bogota, Colombia, here in Florida, I scheduled her. I paid her a visa fee. I helped her with the DS-160. I printed the DS-160 confirmation page on my trusty Canon printer. I printed 2 or 3 copies. Okay. I scheduled the biometrics. I scheduled the visa interview for November 16th, 2023. And then I put all my stuff together I put all my financial documents in this file and all the civil documents in this file, put them in my carry-on. Then I bought a plane ticket and I flew to Bogota. And then I gave her the documents. And she met me at the airport. Karina met me at the airport, and we jumped in a taxi and came home to our apartment. Let me see here. Larry Piercy. DJ is a pro. DJ. Who's DJ? Nadi Olisa, yes, I'm able to fill out the DS-160 and plan to go to the bank tomorrow to ask about visa fees for K1. Is that what you did? To Denise. I think that's what she did, Nadi. Listen to Denise Jefferson. She knows what's going on with Nigeria. Tuan Benson, unfortunately, work only allows me 3 days off to pick her up, so I'll meet her at San Francisco. Works? That works. You're good. Make sure, Tuan, you tell your beneficiary to tell the Border Patrol officer when she checks in and gets her I-94 created at the check-in point in San Francisco. Make sure your beneficiary tells the Border Patrol officer that you, Tuan, are waiting for her outside, waiting for her to clear immigration. Very important. Tell immigration, tell the Border Patrol officer, your beneficiary, she lands in San Francisco. Okay, she's probably going to have to go through the green card line, not the U.S. citizenship line. Although I would send her through the U.S. citizenship line. Forget about it. Tell her to go through to the U.S. citizenship line, check in with the Border Patrol, and then tell the Border Patrol that you are waiting for her outside, but you can't enter because of immigration rules. Okay, very important. Twan Benson, I will be in San Francisco to pick her up. Fantastic. Larry Piercy, Denise Jefferson is a DJ. She's a DJ. What's a DJ? What, discotheque, a disc jockey? She plays music? Oh, I like 80s music. Okay? I like 80s music. After, I like 80s music up to about, and then 1990, 1991, 1992, that music, like Sting, that music was good. But after 1992, the music sucks. I don't listen to it. Okay? It's in my opinion, it's just horrible. And I think Tokyo Arquette wants to come in. So if you want to let Tokyo into the live stream, he's crying at the door like a little baby. He's like a whiner, and he's good. Here he is. Here's Tokyo, the star of the show. Tokyo, the star. He's Colombian, by the way. Tokyo came from Colombia. We brought him from Bogota. Antonio, this is a stressful process. No, it's not, Antonio. It's not stressful. Only if you let it be. Try not to let it get to you. You qualify for the benefit. Your beneficiary qualifies for the benefit. You got everything done. Now you just got to go through the process without stressing it. Okay? It took us almost 2 years for Karina to get here. I was in Florida for a year. I was in Colombia for 2.5 years. We dated. We've been together 3 years almost. I put my feet up on the desk. I'm like, I'm not going to let immigration get to me. I'm not going to let them stress me out. And here she is, my beautiful wife. Let me see here. Don't stress it, Antonio. Put your feet up on the desk. Chill out. Patricia T. Collison. Hi, Diego and Karina. My fiance and his daughter are here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Welcome to America. With your help, we appreciate all of the lives and the videos. So, Patricia, we are very glad that these videos helped you reunite with your family. And you guys are happy as a clam in Lawrenceville, Georgia. So you're north. You're north of us. Congratulations. Patricia, we're happy for you, Patricia. Rambling Man Kayadan, my fiance is going to her medical on the 14th of March, right? We did a pre-medical, so the dreadful sputum is not going to be a problem because you're in the Philippines. And I have her scheduled for her visa, scary visa on the 19th. High five. I like the way you think, Rambling Man, Kaya Dan. You plan ahead. That's the way to do it. Curly Locks. Man, you got to love that name. Curly Locks. Curly Locks. I love that name. Diego, will you do an adjustment of status video? I've made like 3 of them. Curly Locks. Go into the channel and write in the look, where is it? Diego Ross and then adjustment of status, or Diego Ross AOS. And you're going to find like 3 videos on how to adjust your status to green card. Priyanka Srinivas, for public charge question, I answered no. Can I expect an RFE? I'm devastated. Yes. On the I-485, you are subject to the public charge. So the answer is yes. On the I-485, page 13, there's a question that says, are you subject to the Immigration and Nationality Act, blah, 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 of public charge? And the answer is yes, you are. You are under a K-1 visa. You are coming to the United States, and your sponsor must make enough money with or without a joint sponsor to take care of you while you adjust status to green card. So the answer is yes, and you will probably get an RFE. They're going to ask you, why did you check no? Are you an asylum seeker from Afghanistan? Are you an asylum seeker from the Ukraine? Those are the folks that check no. We taxpayers cover their expenses. They get their free vacation, and we cover it with our taxes. Okay? You will most likely, Priyanka, get an RFE or a question on why you said no. They're going to ask you why. Because you are subject to public charge. Alexa Digital, greetings Diego and Karina from Colombia, Buenos noches. I am waiting on an available appointment. Alexa, probably May. I'm thinking May. Okay, keep looking. Alexa, ¿tú entiendes? Mi español no es bien o no bien, no lo sé. pero yo hablo español, yo hablo en italiano, yo hablo inglés, yo hablo ruso. Karina's learning English like a champ, and she's learning to drive like a champ too. She's doing great. We're driving today. I'm like, man, she learns this driving. She's like, boom, she's a natural. Keep looking, Alexa. Por favor. Continua busca para cita. Is correct? Okay, Aquarius. How fast are the cases moving lately, if you have an idea? Well, it depends on what kind of plane they put them in. If they fly them from the USIS to the MVC in a 747, they're moving at 530 miles an hour. But if they put them in a small charter jet, then they're going to be flying at 350 to 400 miles an hour. Oh, how fast are they? How are they moving? I'm kidding, Aquarius. I'm joking with you. They're moving fast, okay? US NOA 1 to NOA 2 is fast, 6 to 9 months. The problem arises not so much at the MVC level, but at the embassies, because the embassies are getting backlogged because the USCIS is processing visas so quickly. Now the embassies are getting behind, like in Colombia, okay? But you're going to get, like Ghana. Ghana's terrible right now. Ghana's there's a 6 month wait, 9 months. But they're moving quick, Aquarius. They're moving fast. Rambling Man, Kayadan, paid all the visa fees. DS-160's done. Done the CX, says ready, not waiting on the embassy. At worst, they put in a 221G. And, yeah, you're right, Rambling Man. Knock it out. Knock it out. Larry Piercy, not a DJ. That's her initials for Denise Jefferson. Oh, okay. And she's a pro at this stuff. She is. You made an excellent student. Well, Denise has been with the channel for a long time. Okay. Denise and Francois, they're like the #1 supporters of the channel. So Denise, she knows this stuff. Okay. She knows what's going on. Patricia, how long does it take for us to check for the I-94? Give it like 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 5, 6, 7 days. Okay. That's what I would wait. Wait a week. It's probably automatically done, but you know, you want to wait for the computer to populate and adjudicate and create the document. All right, give it like 5 days. But look, I would look on the second day, but don't be angry or be upset if it doesn't show up. Give it some time. Give it a few days to process. Francois Livingston, so many successful K1 visa stories, and all thanks to your support and dedication, Diego and Karina. We love hearing success stories. You know, I was getting a little anxious for Miss Betty, and you know, then it all worked out for her. Miss Betty, I think she's in New York State also. Let me see here, and there was one, and then Brian and Jacqueline. You know, I had to fix something for him and her. I had to fix something, so they're going to go through the spousal visa. So we're happy for Brian and Jacqueline. They were. You know, they waited 2 years, and then stuff happened where she went back to Colombia. So they're going to get married, I think, in the next few days. I told them get married and reapply and get here on a spousal visa. Let me see. Cam Jet Kai Diego, what's going on? Patricia T. Collison, look at that super chat. Woohoo, man. Man, that's our gas to New Orleans. That's one way. That covers our gas to go get Karina's biometrics, because we have to go to New Orleans, and it's like Florida to Alabama to Mississippi to Louisiana. That's going to cover one way for for our gas for her biometrics. Thank you, Patricia. You are awesome. We appreciate you, and we're going to help you. Thank you. And Denise Jefferson knows this process, Larry Piercy. Now, Larry Piercy is a Marine, okay? He's combat wounded. He's a Purple Heart recipient. And he won't say that, but I'm telling you guys, he's a brave guy. I salute him. Rambling Man, the packet 3, packet 4 email from the embassy. Okay. Well, just start the process. If you're in Nigeria and you get ready status, just jump in there and start the process. Okay, the same for India. If you live in India, And you're going to be adjudicating your K1 visa at the consulate in Mumbai, not in New Delhi. You don't go to New Delhi for your K1 visa. You go to Mumbai. If you get your ready status, jump on the computer and start the process. Okay? Sponsors. Beneficiaries to our beautiful friends in India. Let me see. Hi, Diego, Kamaji Kaur. What's going on? And Rambling Man is the packet 4 is emailed from the embassy. That's correct. What else do we need other than the I-485 for the adjustment of status? You need a ton of stuff. Kamajet Kaur, you got to put a bunch of stuff together for the green card application. You got to have pictures of your wedding, pictures of your honeymoon if you have one, a picture of your wedding rings, a receipt of your wedding rings, your I-94, your adjustment of status paperwork, your affidavit of support, your I-693 medical exam with your vaccinations. I recommend you include that in your adjustment of status. You got to put your beneficiary on the water bill, the electric bill, the tax, on your tax returns if you can. It's probably too late right now, but you got to also apply for her social security number. You got to put together receipts that she lives with you. How do you prove that Karina, she's on the water bill, she's on the gas bill, she's on the trash bill, she's on the electric bill? We're at the house. I didn't apply for Karina's green card with her for at least a month because we were waiting for the receipts to come in for the bills. Here's the trash receipt. Karina Ross's name is all over it, plus my name. That's how you put a green card package together. Okay? You got it? You got to put together. Go into the channel, and I recommend you Google Diego Ross adjustment of status. Watch those videos. It will tell you exactly how to apply for a green card. Okay? Watch all the videos, and you'll get the green. Then when you file for your green card, you won't get an RFE. You won't get you probably won't have to go to a face-to-face. Karina's unretired military. I got Karina on my TRICARE. She's got a military ID. It says Karina Ross on her military ID. I made a big picture of it, put it in her green card application. She has a bank. She's a joint owner of the bank account. I waited for a bank statement to come in with her name on it. There it is. Diego and Karina Ross on the bank statement. I printed it. I put it in the green card application. Hey, Mr. Homeland Security, Miss Homeland Security, Karina's on my bank. She's got full health coverage. She's a member of BJ's Warehouse Club. She is a member of TJ Maxx or whatever it is. Big Lots. She's a member of Big Lots. She got her name on a Big Lots thing. She's awesome. Karina's on everything. Immigration's going to go, okay, this is good. Because I don't want to have to drive to Montgomery, Alabama for another interview. Honestly, I got better things to do, like do stuff with you guys. So what else do you have to put in the I-485? The 484, the 693. Watch those videos. Bud Garcia, I have another question on the I-134 with the financial information part on page 6. Do I separate all my finances like my job, retirement, and VA? Do I add it all together? Let me see here. I would just add it all together in one lump sum. That's what I would do. Put it all together. Curly Locks, gracias for your response. De nada, Curly Locks, mi alegra, te gusta. Karina también. Karina es venezolana. Vivo en Colombia cerca de 6 años. Mucho tiempo. Pero gracias Dios para Colombia. Gracias Dios para Colombia. Larry Piercy is Bravo Sierra. You sent your green card application off before you got your biometrics. You cannot. Okay, Larry, I explained this to you before. You send off the green card application to immigration in Chicago, in our case. Then we wait for the immigration in Chicago to open up this Christmas present. They look at it. They send me a text message from the G1145 and say, Diego, we received your green card application. And then a week later, they send me a letter saying your biometrics will be held in New Orleans on this day, at this time, at this location. It's the reverse on a green card. When you apply for the K1 visa, you go to the biometrics first, right? Karina went to her biometrics on November 9th. She went to her K1 visa interview November 16th. Okay, now she's in America. We filed for the green card. We wait for immigration to tell us when to go to the biometrics in New Orleans. Okay, so we're going to go on a road trip. We're going to go to Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. We're going to stop at parties in Mobile, Alabama, and eat a big breakfast platter and on the Super Chats. Patricia's covered our gas to New Orleans. Thank you, Patricia. We love you for that Super Chat, by the way. Thank you. It's all good. So, Larry, you got to pay attention to me, okay? Pay attention. Priyanka, my fiance makes $83,000 a year to $90K. Will that be enough? That's enough for about, let me see, let's say $90,000. You are good to sponsor 13 people. Yes, it's enough. You're good. Fantastic. It's more than enough. Priyanka, for the I-864. Yes, indeed, Priyanka, you are good. Alexa Digital, Super Diego, si entiendo tu español interesante, sabes varios idiomas. Buenas noches, Karina y Diego. Muchas gracias, Alexa. Gracias para palabras muy amables. Gracias. El italiano para mí es difícil. Yo no recuerdo palabras, pero español, paso a paso, día a día, yo aprender más. Thank you, Alexa. Let me see. USA 01. Hello, Diego. Ya envié mi adjust the status in immigration. Okay, that's good. That's good. We want you to adjust your status for green card. Tom, how do you change? Tom F. How do you change her last name to yours? Well, when you file for the green card, I just made a video about it on how to adjust and how to fill out the I-485. When you fill out the I-485, watch the video, and I explain how Karina changed her last name to my last name with Homeland Security. And you do it on page 1 of USCIS form 485. Priyanka, we also have joint electric bills, internet bills, renter's insurance, my husband's health insurance, joint bank accounts, debit and credit card. I hope that will help as evidence. Fantastic. You must have watched my videos. They're your videos. I just make them. Didn't do driver's license as evidence because we are waiting for an eye test. No problem. You're good. No problem. Jason Mabry, still getting nowhere with the embassy in Ghana. Can my fiance go to the embassy and ask for an appointment? No, she cannot, but she can go to the embassy and ask what's the problem. What's going on? Karina, I got an email from the National Visa Center. I think it was June of 2023. And they said, the embassy in Bogota is closed because of COVID. So I called Karina up and said, hey, hola mi amor, ¿cómo estás? ¿Tu bien? ¿Tu día bien? Es tu prometido aquí in Florida. Por favor, please go to the embassy in Bogota and ask them if they're shut down because of COVID. So she jumps on the Transmilenio, goes downtown to Bogota, and then, hello, Bogota, U.S. Embassy, are you closed because of COVID? No. Who told you that? The MVC. We're not closed. Okay, well, why aren't you processing K1 visas in July 2023? Well, we're busy. We're backlogged. So we called the MVC. We asked them not to send us any more K1 visas till August 1st. That's the right answer. We used to live 20 minutes from the embassy. So I didn't put up with any of this baloney coming out of the MVC. So I emailed the MVC and I said, look, guys, you told me the embassy was closed because of COVID. That's not true. We were just there. Karina was just right there, right in the, and they're processing visas. And they sent me back an email saying, oh, by the way, your K1 visa has been sent to the embassy in Bogota or something like that. Anyway, it is what it is. Don't believe everything you see on the USCIS websites in regards to time. Don't believe everything you see on the MVC websites in regard to processing times. Don't believe it. Come on the channel and I'll tell you the right answer. Jason, we're going to help you with Ghana, okay? But I would recommend your beneficiary go to the embassy and ask them what's going on, okay? Get in their face. That's what Karina did with Bogota. Bud Garcia, will it hurt if separated or not? I can change it if needed. If it's separated, no, you're good. They just want to see the bottom line. Immigration they're like tax accountants, okay? They want to see the bottom line of your income. What's the bottom line? That's what they care about. Can you afford to take care of your beneficiary? That's what they care about. That's what they're looking for. Aquarius, Diego, the list of vaccines on the USCIS website, is that what each beneficiary has to have before the medical? And can the beneficiary take them before the medical? Yes, you can take all the vaccines you want before the medical exam, and I strongly recommend you get them done. Karina got all of her vaccinations done starting in July of 2023 and she got her final vaccination in November 2023. She got all her vaccinations done, total, completely done in Bogota, Colombia. She got like 2 per week. There's about 11 or 12 total that you have to get. If you can get them done in your home country, it's so much cheaper, because when Karina got to the United States and I got her second medical exam done for another $693, the doctor said, you're all good on your vaccinations, you're up to date. And he signed off on her vaccinations as complete. So I didn't have to get any more vaccinations. They would have cost me a fortune here in Florida. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question, Aquarius. And the list of vaccinations, I made a video about vaccinations. Diego, Google in the channel, go in the subject line of the channel, wherever it is, and say, Diego Ross vaccinations. Go watch the videos. I made one in Colombia, and I think I made one here. Tells you what to do. Denise Jefferson, Diego, I'm worried about the biometrics in Lagos. According to my fiance, it is done the same day as the interview. That's no big problem. Have you heard that with any other couples in Lagos, by the way, by chance? Yes. That's in Nigeria. The U.S. ambassador has given the medical department and the biometrics folks, they say, yeah, you can do it that day of the interview. Okay. That's all good, Denise. Don't worry about it. It only takes 2 minutes to get biometrics. It's like, boom. Karina was like 2 minutes. And then the guy that was controlling the security, he came out and started yelling at me in Spanish. He said, what are you doing? Why are you sitting here? I said, I speak Spanish. I said, I'm the gringo waiting for my prometida. And he was surprised that I could speak Spanish. And he's like, man, you speak Spanish? I said, yeah, what else you got? Well, you got to leave. So I got up and I sat in the same office, but I sat with Colombians who were getting visas to go to Australia. So I'm sitting with these Colombians and they're waiting to get their visas to go to Australia. Work visas, tourist visas, who knows? But they were doing the biometrics. And then a guy comes over to me and he looks at me, he says, you didn't leave. Why are you here? I said, I'm sitting down, dude. My fiance is right here. And this all happened in about 3 minutes. And in that 2 to 3 minutes, then Karina came out of her biometrics and said, let's go eat breakfast. And I looked at the guy and I said, we're out of here. You have a nice day. And go play in another mud puddle and go irritate somebody else. It was fun. And Karina got her biometrics done in about 3 minutes. It's quick. It could have been done the same day as a visa interview without a problem. So Denise, put your feet up on the desk and don't worry. You're good. Natty Olisa, as the beneficiary, do I need to go to the interview with my bank statements? You need to contact your sponsor and have him send 12 months worth of bank statements to you. Highlight the deposits where the immigration can see where the money goes into your bank or your beneficiary, your sponsor's bank account, and bring them to your visa interview. They may ask to see them. If you don't have them, how are you going to show them? Jason Mabry, Ghana doesn't answer the phone and all email replies are just automated. No, they hang up. They're lazy. What do they do? Work 3 days a week? They don't work the weekends. I've got to initiate action through my friends in Washington, D.C. to investigate the embassy there. And I've done that. Bud Garcia, okay, thank you. I hope $90,000 will be enough. $90,000 is plenty. You can sponsor 11 people. How about that, Bud? I hope I get my welcome letter from the NBC soon. How long does it take? 2 to 3 months. You'll get it probably in the next 30 days. In the next 30 days. Fatima Sao. Hi, Diego. How are you doing? We're good. We're fantastic. We're doing fantastic. Every day we are having a great day. I made a video today on how to process the I-485. You know, lots of people making stupid mistakes. Stupid mistakes. They're filling out the I-485 and they're checking no, they're not subject to public charge. They are. Everybody is on a K-1. If you come to America on a K-1 visa, when you fill out your adjustment of status, you check, yes, you are subject to public charge on page 13 of the 20 pages. Okay? You got to do that. Denise Jefferson is talking to Natty as the beneficiary. Police report, birth certificate, passport, medical. They do not care about your income. They need your U.S. sponsors' bank statements. Review Diego's videos. Denise always knows how to answer the right questions here. Fatima, I have a question. What are the necessary documents needed for adjustment of status? Watch the videos. Go Diego. Type in type in Diego Ross adjustment of status, or type in Diego Ross AOS on the channel. It will take you to the videos. Then kick back, okay, get you a Mountain Dew and a bag of chips and watch the videos for free. It doesn't cost you a penny. I saved you $4,000. Actually, I saved you probably $900 because it costs about $900 to $1,200 for somebody to fill out the adjustment of status paperwork. If you have somebody do it, if you pay a preparer, it costs you $900, $1,200. Watch the video for free. I saved you all that money. You can use that to go buy a new dress, go on a honeymoon, do something with the money other than give it to an immigration attorney. Priyanka, for I-693, civil surgeon gave me a sealed envelope to send it to USCIS. They gave me a physical copy, which is a photocopy of the documents in the envelope. That's okay. Include that in your green card application, the sealed envelope. Include that in your green card application. Karina, they gave Karina a sealed copy too, but the Border Patrol took it in Miami. And when the Border Patrol takes something from you in Miami, you don't say nothing. You keep your mouth shut because you're in America and you don't want to add any more questions to the questions you already had. So if the Border Patrol take your sealed envelope for the medical at the Border Patrol, you keep your mouth shut and you don't irritate them, okay? Because then that leads into other questions and other questions and other questions. Don't do it. Just repeat the medical exam. Like Karina, we drove over to Pensacola. We had a road trip to Pensacola. I paid the doc $175 and he redid her medical, signed off on her vaccinations, her 693, put it in a sealed envelope. That's on the way to Chicago right now in a UPS airplane. Rambling Man Kayadan, it really is shocking the treatment we get from our embassy. I can't even walk in the embassy in the Philippines. It's American soil. Well, if they won't let you into the embassy in the Philippines as an American citizen, you need to file a complaint with the State Department and your senator, and that will correct that problem right away. Because you have an absolute 150% right as an American to go into the U.S. Embassy in Manila, Philippines. Because it's American soil, it's your turf, it's your home away from home, and it's a place of sanctuary for American citizens. So, report them. Put them on report. Let me see here. Jason Mabry, other than my fiance's birth certificate, other copies should we make and how many copies? You need your fiance needs to bring her original birth certificate to the visa interview plus a copy notarized of her birth certificate. What other documents do you need? Police certificates, the passport, letters of intent to get married from the beneficiary and the sponsors signed about 2 weeks before the visa interview. Your tax returns, W-2s, 1099s, I-134, pay stubs, 6 months worth, bank statements, 12 months worth, highlight the deposits, pictures of when you made your last trip to go see your beneficiary, etc., etc., etc. Fatima, what if your passport wasn't stamped by the immigration officer at the U.S. border? What do you mean it wasn't stamped? Don't worry about it. Did you get permission to enter the country? Did they tell you welcome to America? All you got to do is go online and look for your I-94. Go to the Border Patrol arrival and departure website and look up your I-94 with your passport, your nationality, and your name, and you will get an I-94, and that's all this. That's all you need. It's the I-94. Rambling Man, what kind of evidence do you think I'll need for a K2 adjustment of status? Is he in school? Is she in school? Did you get a health physical for the school? If you got, how old is the K2? Tell me how old is the K2 and I'll tell you. Because you got to file a separate green card application for the K2. Doesn't matter how old they are. You have to file a separate adjustment of status paperwork for the K2. 2 separate green card applications, K1, K2. And they both have to be filled up with tons of evidence. Tell me how old is the K2, Rambler Man? Hannah, I did not get my welcome letter. Then I made an inquiry to the embassy and received my case number. There you go. The problem, it is already sent the case to the embassy, which my fiance is not there anymore. If your fiance is not at the embassy or at the country, if your beneficiary is not in the country anymore, you got to have the embassy send your K1 visa to the country where he is with an explanation. That's good. VCAS Bay, please tell me an easy way to get my true love. We applied the K1 before, but this is not working. I want to meet my future husband as soon as can be possible. If you filed a K1, how is it not working? The K1 visa process works like a charm. It worked for me. Here's my beautiful wife, Karina, from Venezuela. Came to the United States on a K1 visa. The process works perfectly fine. There's no problem with the process. So what's the problem? You said it's not working. How is the K1 visa process not working? I want to meet my future husband as soon as I can be possible. Well, tell him to get on a plane. If you're the beneficiary, VCAS, tell him to get on a plane and go see you. Karina would call me and say, hey, I miss you, honey. I'm like, okay, I'm on a plane to Bogota. Right? Yo viaje a Bogota. Yo no aquí. So Rambler Man, 13 years old. Okay. So is he in high school? Obviously, he's in middle school, right? Did you get a school physical done for him? You must have, right? Did you print a copy of the school physical? It's going to have his name on it or her name on it, plus the school that he is going or she is attending, right? Here's my school physical for my 13-year-old K2. Let me see here. That's the big point. Did you put him on your health insurance? Print a copy of it. Here's my K2 on my health insurance. Did you go do some stuff with him? Get some pictures together with family. Rambler Man, get pictures with your family in the United States. Get a bunch of pictures. Was he included in the wedding photos? Put him in the wedding photos. Okay? The K2 has to be in the wedding photos. You identify everybody in the photo, and then this is my K2. Okay? Get him a library card or her. Go to the library and say, this is my stepson or stepdaughter. Get him a library card. Right? Put that in the K2 in the adjustment of status, the library card. Pictures in the high school. Get pictures. Your child is in high school, right? In middle school, or 13 is middle school. Go to the high school, and take pictures with your son or daughter with a group of kids. And with a bunch of kids. And then say, this is Steve, this is Joe, this is Sarah, this is in high school. I hope to bring them to the US by July, so I can't get into school till September. This is when they're in America, that's when you do that. When you apply for the K2 visa on the I-129F, you don't have to worry about evidence for the K2, except for the passport and the birth certificate. And in your case, police certificate won't be necessary. Let me see. So VCAS, we both gay, but I'm from India and he's from California. Okay, well then if India won't, that's fine. If India won't let you get married, India has a rule that you can't get married in India. Your sponsor needs to get on a plane and fly to India, and you need to be hanging out together for about 2 weeks or a month. Get a bunch of pictures together with all your friends and family at restaurants, get the evidence of the relationship, and put that in the K1 visa application. I'm assuming you haven't filed your K1 visa application yet, right? America is an equal opportunity country for everybody, and they don't discriminate, okay? So if you want to get married in America, you can. You can do it, but you got to qualify for the K1. How do you qualify? You got to meet each other face to face and show evidence of a strong relationship. Pictures, receipts, gifts, buy each other gifts. Yahoo Messenger chats, WhatsApp chats, evidence of your relationship, VCAS. If you do that, you guys can get your K1 visa approved. Go to the U.S. Embassy. Go to you in India. Go to the consulate in Mumbai. The U.S. Embassy, the U.S. consulate in Mumbai is not going to block you because of your orientation. Okay. And you said here, we have everything, but the U.S. Embassy won't allow me to get married to my true love. The U.S. Embassy's got nothing to do with it. The U.S. Embassy approves or denies visas. That's all they do. They approve or they deny. If they approve the visa, you had a strong visa package. If they deny the visa, then you didn't. It's got nothing to do with whether you are gay, straight. It doesn't matter. It all depends on your K1 visa package. Let me see. Tina, hello, Diego and Karina. What's going on, Tina? What's going on? How's Tina? Bud Garcia, when do you think my fiance will be in the USA? I would say you're in Bangkok, Thailand, by August 2024. Vikas Vad, we're both gay from India. He's from California. Okay. Submit a K1 visa. Get married in California. Okay? That's what I would do. Right? Why don't you do that? But you got to put together a K1 visa package that the immigration officers at the consulate in Mumbai will accept. That is real. You guys love each other. You want to get married. Right? That's what you do. Did your K1 visa get denied at the U.S. Embassy, U.S. consulate in Mumbai? Did you get a visa denial? If you got a visa denial, then if India won't let you get married in India because of their rules, go to another country. How can we get approval? We waited almost 3 years. Now I can't wait anymore. Have you submitted a K1 visa application to USCIS? Has your sponsor, VCAS, submitted a K1 visa application to the lockbox in Dallas and into the service center in California, Texas, Nebraska, whatever? I need to know that. The U.S. Embassy will not block you from getting married to your true love. They want to help you. They're not trying to stop you. They want to help you. But you got to prove the relationship and the evidence, and you got to qualify for the benefit. Tina, I know I mentioned last stream, if you can remember, that our landlord will not sign for the lease agreement of my husband. I remember. We are in the middle of an RFE. I know it's better to move out of the state once he gets his green card. That's correct. But if we move out before he gets his green card, is it okay? You can do that. California is too expensive. California is a socialist, Marxist dictatorship state right now. My opinion. The people are fantastic. I love everybody, my friends in California. I'm trying to get them out of there. I want them to move to Florida. You can move if it's too expensive to live in California because of inflation and all the other garbage you got to put up with taxes in that socialist state. But if you can stay in California until you get your green card, that's what I recommend. Because immigration, you don't want to lose the green card. It could get lost in the mail, Tina. I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to get the heck out of California. We'll have a big party for you here in Florida if you move here. But here's the deal. You don't want to lose your green card, right? So it's not a good idea to move if you're in the middle of an RFE. I don't recommend it. Wait till you get the green card in your hand and then move and get the heck out of that communist state. Just my opinion. You're tired of the taxes in California. Tina, I'm tired of the taxes in California too. I don't even live there. I'm going to take Karina to California for a vacation, but I'm going to spend the minimal amount of money I can. The minimum, polka, so I don't help that dictatorship of Newsom. Okay, I'm not going to help the government of California with their taxes. They're trying to tax people if they leave California. If you're a millionaire, if you're a multimillionaire, and you say, I'm done with California, I'm sick of this communist garbage, and you put your house up for sale and move to Florida, they're trying to tax people in the future who move to Florida. How insane and unconstitutional is that? California sucks at the moment. Not the state. not the people, the government. And it's my opinion, okay? I'm not bashing on anybody. I love California. I love the people, but the government is horrible. Wait till you get your green card, Tina. His green card. Wait till he has his green card. Then get the heck out of there. It's my advice. Listen to my advice. Fatima, how long does it take to have your green card? It could take 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, 4 to 8 months. But, you know, if it goes to either Phoenix or Chicago, it depends on where it goes. VCAS, yes, we did USCIS. They approved our case. Okay, so you got your K1 approved. You got your NOA2 letter. But it was hard to deal with the embassy. How was it hard to deal with the embassy? The U.S. Embassy, okay, they took your approved NOA2 letter. They took your approved K1 visa package, and they adjudicated it. What did they tell you at the embassy interview in Mumbai? They're not going to block you because of your sexual orientation. They can't. It's unconstitutional. It violates your Fourth Amendment rights, your First Amendment rights, your 13th Amendment rights. It's a total violation of your constitutional rights. The U.S. Embassy extended our visa case. They extended it. So you went into a 221G administrative hold. Okay? No problem. So they didn't deny you the visa, right? They put you on a 221G extended hold. Right? Tell your sponsor to get on a plane, fly to India, and go hang out with you. Go out. Go out to eat some great Indian curry. I love Indian curry. I love it, man. It's one of my favorites. Thai curry, Indian curry, it's all good. So how do you get approved VCAS? You got approved. Now you got to wait for the 221G to go through process. That's it. It took 3 years. It took 3 years for a Venezuelan beneficiary to get her K1 visa. 39 months. Just got to wait it out. And don't irritate immigration. Okay, love on immigration. Thank you for all your hard work. We love you guys, immigration. Thank you for everything you do for us, because they're controlling your life. Tina, I appreciate your opinion. Tina, my opinion is this. Now, you do whatever you want to do, but my opinion is to help you is you wait until you get the green card in your hand, okay? Then you call U-Haul and get the heck out of California. And then you notify immigration, oh, by the way, I moved from communist California, and now I live in the free state of Utah or Nevada. Nevada's a great place to live. They don't have any state income tax. Nevada's a great place to live. You know, Las Vegas is controlled by socialists, okay, but that's okay. It's only a small part. Is it Clark County? But Nye County is beautiful. Nye County is controlled by conservative Americans, patriotic Americans. Get out of California, move to Nevada. You know, it's not far, right? It's just a hop and skip up the road. Priyanka, we are really stressed regarding public charge question. Don't stress, Priyanka. You okay? Your green card application is not going to be denied because you messed up on the paperwork. They're going to ask you to correct the paperwork. You submitted all that information about your income and your relationship, and it's powerful information. Immigration's going to know you messed up on the paperwork. They're not going to block you. They're going to say, hey, you messed up. Fix this page. You fix the problem, and then you get your green card. You got it? Priyanka, put your feet up and relax. Chill out. Fatima, can I work before having my green card? If you have an EAD work authorization document, you can. You can work with an EAD document. You can work with a green card. But if you don't have either one of those documents, you cannot work. You'll get in trouble. And then if immigration find out, you get in trouble again. They probably won't deport you, but they're going to give you a hard time. Okay, because you got to make a living, right? Corinna wants to get her company started. She's like, we're at, what's that store called? Michael's? We're in Michael's. We're in Walmart. We're in Publix. We're in all these places. I want to do this. I'm going to get this. We can't wait to get our business started. But we're not going to do that until she has a green card in her hand or her work permit, so she doesn't get in trouble. I'm protecting my wife. I protect her. So don't stress, Priyanka. Don't come out. Hang out with us on the channel, and we'll help you through it. We'll get you through it. Priyanka, when I searched in Google, if public charges answered no, I-864 will support the question. Some people got RFE, some people didn't get an RFE and got approved. Well, that's what I told you. That's what I said. If you get an RFE, respond to it. You're not going to lose your green card. You just got to fix the problem. Okay? If you get an approval, which I think you will, because your income is so good, the income is fantastic. You put together a fantastic green card application, right? Super, fantastic, strong. Immigrations are going to go, okay, you messed up on this, but we'll give you a mulligan. We'll give you a pass, and and you get your green card. That's what I think is going to happen. But if you get an RFE, don't worry about it. They're not going to block you. You messed up on the paperwork, you fix it, or you get your green card. Those are the two choices that's going to happen to you. But either way, you're going to get your green card, right? Either way, you're going to get your green card. So don't stress it. Don't do that. Worrying just makes you sick. So you made a mistake on the green card application, and now you're worrying about it. You're going to get sick over it. You will get your green card. Okay? Don't stress it. VCAS, can I file a visitor visa so I can meet my love? You can do that. We both waited for so long now. I wanted him in my arms forever. You can do that, VCAS, but don't get mad if the U.S. consulate in Mumbai or the U.S. embassy in New Delhi deny you a tourist visa because you're in the middle of a K-1 visa that's going through a 221G adjudication. You can ask, but don't get mad if they deny the visa for the tourists. Don't get mad. They probably will. Just my opinion. Because you're in the 221G hold right now. They're going to think you're going to come to America and get married and tell immigration to Pakistan and apply for your green card. My recommendation is don't come here. Don't apply for a tourist visa. Wait for your K-1 visa to get all finished. It wasn't denied. It was just in a hold. Call your senator. Have your sponsor in the United States call his U.S. senator. Say, hey, help me. Patricia, is Social Security card free? Patricia, 100% free. It's the only free document I know of that the U.S. government issues, other than a military ID, and that's paid with blood and sweat and tears. Let me see here. Priyanka, you are good, Priyanka. Either way, you're going to get your green card, Priyanka, either sooner or later, but you're going to get it from what you told me. Priyanka, thank you, Diego and Karina, for your support. We are here for you, Priyanka. We can't wait for you to get your green card, because then you're going to jump on the live stream, tell us all about it, right? You're going to say, I got my green card, woohoo, and we're going to celebrate with you. You're going to get it, okay? VCAS, so what's the best way for us? Okay, VCAS, you have an approved K-1 visa. That's in a 221G adjudication hold at the U.S. consulate in Mumbai, India. You got approved. Now they're just doing some extra work on you, extra paperwork. That they're investigating the beneficiary a little further. They're doing police checks. Okay? What's best for you? My recommendation is have your sponsor contact the U.S. senator in his or her home state, sign a release document, and then have the U.S. senator interject and start helping you. We pay our senators $175,000 a year, and they sit on their backsides most of the time. They work probably 3 or 4 months out of the year, and they make all this money, plus they get all these benefits and all these pensions, and they don't do squat. Put them to work. Put your senator to work for you, Mr. Sponsor, Ms. Sponsor, if you feel like you're getting the shaft from immigration. Another thing you can do, VCAS, is your sponsor could file a federal lawsuit against the U.S. Embassy or the U.S. Consulate in Mumbai. Go to the federal courthouse, file a lawsuit against the consulate in Mumbai, and force them to adjudicate your K-1 visa. Say, I've been waiting 3 years. This is totally unsatisfactory. It costs like $400, I think, somewhere in there. File a federal lawsuit. You don't need an immigration attorney. File the lawsuit against the U.S. consulate in Mumbai and say, I want my K-1 visa. I've waited long enough. See what happens. I bet you get that K-1 visa in your passport quicker than you can snap your fingers. As soon as the U.S. consulate in Mumbai gets subpoenaed by a federal court, they don't like that. I'm not saying you should do that every time. I'm saying you should go through the process. But if it gets to this point where you've been 3 years and you're getting jerked around, have your U.S. senator help you or sue them. Bud Garcia, is most K1 visas done by 2 years or do they go over that? Most of them are getting done within 24 months. But there's a few that go 25, 30, 35, 39 months. There's a few that go over that. But not very many, probably less than 1%. But the time frame is 24 months or less. We were at 22 and a half months, 23 months. We were close to 24 months. Natty Olisa, how do I write this updated letter of intent to marry? Copy the one you wrote in the beginning and update it. But instead of addressing it to USCIS, you address it to the US Embassy in whatever country. So I wrote my second letter of intent to get married. I basically copied the first one. I changed it from USCIS Dallas to the U.S. Embassy, Bogota, Colombia, and I updated the information. We still love each other. I'm still a U.S. citizen. We promised to get married in 90 days. I'm still legally free and able to get married. And we went on trips to Cucuta, Cartagena, Santa Marta, Bucaramanga, Choachí. We went all over the place. We had a great time. I signed it and dated it. And Karina wrote hers in Spanish. I got it translated into English, so I don't have to do that now. It doesn't have to be translated in the embassy in Bogota. And there we go. And I signed it 2 weeks before the visa interview. Shanila, amen. It's almost 4 months complete after NOA 2. What do I have to do? Send an inquiry to the MVC, ask them what's going on. Denise Jefferson, Diego, do you believe that there can be discrimination, sexual orientation at the embassy interview? No. If any consular officer initiates discrimination about whether the person's color or sexual orientation or whatever, or they just don't like beneficiaries from this district in India, that if you can file a discrimination lawsuit against the embassy and win the case, hands over foot, plus some money. Not only do you get your K1 visa approved, you win some money too for being jerked around by the whoever, the racist or the discriminatory person. The U.S. government protects everybody, and if a U.S. consular officer acts in a discriminatory way, like they were, I had a feeling, I'm not saying this was true or not, but it seemed to be that way in Morocco, and so I initiated an investigation through some friends of mine in Washington, and then all of a sudden, K1 visas were getting approved in Morocco again. Now, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but sometimes it happens, and you have to take proactive action, and you will win. You will win. You will win. If you can prove your case, and you can prove it easily, you win the case. Plus money, plus a K1. And immigration won't mess with you on the green card. They're, these people are good. So if you see discrimination at any embassy around the world, you must go to the website and file a report on them. Okay, have an attorney file a discrimination lawsuit against the embassy. You can do that. Larry Piercy. Wait a second. Priyanka, our file included I-485, supporting documents, I-864. I-693, I-765, I-131. So you applied for the advance parole, the work permit, the affidavit of support, the medical exam with the vaccinations, and all of your evidence. Oh, Karina, let's see interview. Right? You'll get your green card and proof of evidence of supporting documents. Priyanka, put your feet up on the desk and wait for your green card. Okay? Larry, makes them adjudicate the case. Yes, when you file a federal lawsuit against the USCIS or against an embassy or MVC, whoever's irritating you and giving you a headache, and you feel like it's unconstitutional and it's violating your rights as a human being, you can file a federal lawsuit, and they don't like getting subpoenas. Immigration don't like subpoenas. The director of USCIS said publicly Why do people keep suing me? Well, do your job, lady. Don't discriminate. And it's not the director. She doesn't know what's going on. It's not her fault, but she takes the brunt of it. And she's doing a good job. She's doing a great job. But she takes the brunt of it. But whether she's the buck stops at her desk, right? VCAS evade. Some people told me to go to the third country and get married. You can do that, but you got a K1 visa in an embassy 221G. Then file the marriage visa. I'm thinking about being settled down in Canada with him. Well, it's not difficult to get permission to live in Canada. You can live in Canada and get married and live in Canada if you want, but your American citizen sponsor still has to pay taxes to the U.S. government. If he lives in Canada, you go to a third country, you get married, you relocate to Canada, you start your lives happy as a clam, but don't forget, he has to file his income taxes every year plus taxes with Canada, right? So you get double hit. Larry Piercy, writ of mandamus. That is 100% correct, Larry. It's a writ of mandamus when you sue immigration through a federal litigation. And if you're being jerked around for 3 years, or if you're getting jerked around, or if you feel like you've been discriminated against, or you've been beat up and stabbed and rolled in the mud like a piglet, sue them. But you got to understand this: if you do that, the judge now takes control of your K1 visa. The judge takes control of USCIS. So whatever paperwork USCIS has, the judge will take it. Whatever K1 visa documents you submitted, the judge will take it and look at it and make a decision. And the judge's final is final. The federal judge will say, look, this is my decision. Here's your K1 visa. Have a happy life. Boom! Immigration put their tail between their legs and go hide it under the table. Or the federal judge could say, we're siding with immigration. USCIS is correct. You don't qualify for the benefit. Here's the issue, and your K1 visa is denied. And it's over. And you can't fight it if you do that. Ro Figueroa, man, look at you. Thank you, Ro. Muchas gracias. Saludos, Diego and Karina from Puerto Rico. We love our friends in Puerto Rico. Soon we will get our NOA 2, NOA 1, August 30th, 2023. You're close. You're right there, bro. You're right at the finish line. Thank you for all your help. De nada, gracias, de nada. En gracias para ti. Me alegro, Karina, muy feliz para ti y tu prometida. Pronto, boda. Pronto, pronto, pronto. Thank you for the super chat, Ro. We appreciate you. Priyanka, put your feet up on the desk. Where are you at? In India? Are you in India? Are you watching us from India? Go get yourself a really good Indian curry and eat it for me. Because I love Indian curry. Go buy an Indian curry at your favorite restaurant and eat it. And then tell me all about it. Because it's a delicious meal. Okay? Let me see. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? Hello, I received MVC email. Is in the welcome letter, or should I wait for an official letter in the mail? What country, Tammy? If you received an MVC email, did you get the welcome letter? Okay, print that. Print 2 copies, 3 copies. Send one to your beneficiary. Unless you are the beneficiary, then your sponsor needs a copy of it. Which country, Tammy? Larry Piercy, Diego, the biometrics is the only thing that threw me so far. Well, Larry, you're heavy. I couldn't throw you, Larry. You're heavy, guy. You're real heavy. If I pick you up and tried to throw you, I'd throw my back out. All right, and Karina will get mad at me. But we got you covered, Larry. You know that I'm going to get you through this process. If you listen to me, we're going to get you prometida from Thailand to America. Y'all can get married in Pensacola and have a good old happy life together. If you listen to me. So don't worry about the biometrics. You are now unconfused, right? I unconfused you. K1 visa, embassy interview. First, you get the biometrics. Green card. You send in the green card to the immigration. Then you do the biometrics after they send you a notification. Tammy, Jamaica. Okay, Tammy. So in Jamaica, go ahead and if you got the welcome letter. send an email to the embassy in Kingston, Jamaica, and ask them for the packet 3 packet 4 email. Ask them for it. That will then extend your NOA2 letter because you're maintaining communication with immigration. Denise Jefferson is talking to Natty. Olisa, our letter says the exact same language, but with some additional details describing my new info, plans, second visit, venue, timeline, officiant, etc. It must be an original, and it also must be signed in black ink, not blue, not red, not green, not yellow, black ink, wet signature for the letter of intent. And Larry says, I'm listening. G, Ren S. Unfortunately, Jason Mabry, I get the same thing as you every time I call the embassy or even email. Ren S., you need to call your U.S. Senator in Texas. Senator Ted Cruz will jump on it and help you. Tammy, thank you. No problem. Priyanka, I'm in Alabama right now. Diego, I'm married to my husband in Kansas. I'm married to my husband in Kansas. Came to the USA in December and sent an adjustment of status application on February 29th. You're from India. We sent on our adjustment of status on February 29th too. Very good. All you got to do now, Priyanka, and welcome to America, by the way. We're glad you're here. If you're in the United States, welcome to America. And go find an Indian restaurant in wherever it is you live. The closest one here is in Pensacola. Pensacola, sí, mi amor. Más cerca, pero sí y no. Natty, thank you. Denise. Larry, it's the metal plate in my head. Larry, if you got a metal plate in your head, how did you get to Thailand? Did they give you a hard time at the scan when they do that circular scan of your body? You set off all the alarms at the airport, right? In the Pensacola International Airport, they had a heart attack. Let me see. Priyanka, me and my husband would like to meet you in Karina. Well, we'd love to meet you guys too. But remember, the primary objective is to get you guys your green card, your K1 visas, etc. All right? Ren S., I spent the past 3 days reading and trying to find out why and when the embassy is gone. Okay, Ren S., quit running around in circles. Quit chasing your tail. Call your U.S. Senator up. Ted Cruz, I believe, is your senator, and ask his team to help you. Okay, guys, I've been talking an hour and 27 minutes. We are hungry. Tingle Ambry. See? Karina's hungry. I'm hungry. We are going to go eat something. I'm going to make dinner. Karina's making dinner. Joe preparando or tu preparando? Karina's making dinner tonight. And Vikas gets the last word. The age gap can be an issue to get approval or good income because I don't make a lot of money. My brother's wife wanted to be part of the property. That's why she put my name in the first so I could get an effect. So you got a joint sponsor. VCAS has got nothing to do with money. It's got nothing to do with age gap. Okay. And that's it. Bud Garcia, this visa is my 100-yard target. We'll make it 50 yards now because you're closer to getting it. And we'll see you. What the KDOI, man? Today's Monday. It's Monday. We'll see you Wednesday, 6 p.m., guys. And thanks for the super chats. We appreciate you guys. Man, I've got gas covered to New Orleans for the biometrics and another breakfast at Hardee's in Mobile, Alabama. See you on Wednesday.